Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as breaking news just in. A brand new bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve has been introduced in Brazil's Chamber of Deputies. Let's freaking go. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin nears 1 million daily active addresses as the price chases 100 Gs, as well as more breaking news. Morocco's central bank to legalize all cryptocurrencies. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as Rumble to spend up to 20 million on Bitcoin in a new treasury strategy. Bring it. We'll also be discussing the spot Bitcoin ETF seeing 438 million of outflows, the biggest since the US election. We'll also be discussing Pantera Capital predicts Bitcoin to reach $745,000 per coin. That's right. Billionaire and Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead says Bitcoin has achieved the escape velocity and is on a fast track to 745,000 per coin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, fam, plus so much more in today's show. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead and subscribe. 40% of you watching every day are not subbed. Then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode 1830. I'm your host, JV. It's November 26, 2024. Bitcoin's been correcting since reaching the new all-time high of 99,900 4 days ago. We're maintaining above 91,600 at the time of the live stream, and we got lots to share today, so let's dive right in. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Bitcoin in the red, down 3%, trading just above 91.7 on Coin360, XRP, Cardano, XLM, BNB, virtually everything correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The crypto market cap is shrinking from, it was, I think, 3.33 trillion yesterday to 3.16 today. The Bitcoin market cap back on the decline as well at 1.8 trillion. We were on the cusp of 2 trillion when we hit that 99.9 all-time high. Bitcoin dominance on the decline as well, 57.6%. Ether dominance on the decline at 12.7%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Injective leading the pack, up 10%. Phantom up 9%, and Say up 8%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles. Obviously on the day, almost everything correcting and in the red. And zooming out for the month, we flipped that because let's not get it twisted. Bitcoin's still up like 30 Gs, ballpark at least. Maybe it shrunk a little, maybe 26,000, but we're still up substantially over the past 30 days. And this is the tail of the tape. This is the entire market, the top coins of the past month, virtually everything breaking out and in the green. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index like clockwork. The higher this number goes in extreme greed, the more likely of a correction. And we did tap a few days back, roughly a 98. Today is a 79, yesterday an 82, last week a 90, and last month a 74 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar as we hop into DeLorean broskies and go back in time. We have 177,906 blocks until halving of 2028. I think Bitcoin will probably be sitting on top of 7 figures by that time. What are your thoughts? Next time of the next halving in 2028. And checking out, we're currently on block 872,094. You can currently exchange one fiat Tulip Mania dollar for 1,060 sats. And once we get above 100K, you're never going to see a sub 1,000 sats per dollar ever again. So stack them sats, family. Yeah, so here's the latest astrology for the broskies. Bitcoin price correction is triggered by the long-term hodlers, not the ETFs. Here you're looking at the 1 month chart. Let's not get it twisted. Moonvember candle is still massive. You got to remember we're still up probably 26-ish thousand for the past 30 days. I'll be pulling up some of the live charts here in just a minute. But here's what Eric Balchunas, the ETF expert, had to share. I see a lot of crypto Twitter baffled, frustrated, flabbergasted as to how Saylor can buy 5 billion of Bitcoin, but the price doesn't move up, which is the same thing I hear sometimes about ETFs after the big flows. Here's data showing what I've long been saying. The call is coming from inside the house. It's the long-term hodlers. The correction came shortly after Bitcoin recorded its biggest monthly candle in history as it topped roughly 99 $99,900 on Coinbase, November 22nd, 4 days ago. For the first time, and that's current price discovery. Some analysts still expect the Biddy to breach 100,000 before the end of the month. Anything can happen, family. We are Q4, year of the halving. You already know. On-chain data reveals that the ETF flows haven't been the primary cause of sell pressure for the Bitcoin, but moreover, the ETFs have absorbed a significant amount of the selling pressure, which came from the long-term hodlers, according to crypto trader Kyle D. Plessis, who wrote here, long-term Bitcoin hodlers sold 128,000 Bitcoin, but the U.S. spot ETFs absorbed 90% of the sell pressure. Strong institutional demand is fueling the Bitcoin rally, bringing it closer to the 100K milestone. The correction could be beneficial for the sustainability of the current rally, considering the growing leverage in the crypto markets. We have the CEO of Crypto.com, Chris. He warned that the crypto market will need deleveraging before Bitcoin can breach 100 Gs. The correction didn't trigger an immediate deleveraging. Bitcoin's estimated leverage ratio across all crypto exchanges currently stood at 0.24, which marks a high last seen in August of 2023. And breaking news just in, family, this is big. A bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve has officially been introduced in Brazil's Chamber of Deputies. Obviously, I think I'm accurate on this, but correct me if I'm wrong, broskies. I think Brazil is the largest country in South America as far as population is concerned. So we're talking about hundreds of millions of people could be adopting Bitcoin here shortly, with them making a strategic Bitcoin reserve, following in the footsteps of the rumors of Trump and his administration as the game theory continues in full effect. So this is a pretty big deal, family. I'm pretty excited for that. And you can actually see the bill here. Obviously, it's in Portuguese, I would assume. I can't read that, but I'm sure you could always Google translate that document if you want and see it for yourself. This is a legitimate source, Bitcoin Magazine, so this is a real deal. And pulling up some of the live charts. Here you're looking at the monthly. Let me switch up the scene for you guys so you can see it so fresh and so clean. Let's zoom in and then we zoom out. That's just how we work out here. Here's the 1 hour chart, live and in the flesh via TradingView, via Coinbase. Big correction. You can see 3 mega candles on the hourly chart. There's a falling wedge. Obviously, how low she goes, we'll soon find out. But we still have 2 bull targets in play. One sitting just above 100,600 and the bullish blue target sitting at $105,300 again on the hourly chart with the falling wedge. You can see clearly in your screen, so we may continue to dip. I think 90 is the new support we're going to test here shortly. And checking out the 4 hour, and shout out our homie Greg. He called it. He's like, I think we're going to retest 90,000. He said that on yesterday's pod, and here we are, right on the cusp of retesting 90,000. Bullish pennant formation on the 4 hour, bullish. Overall, bullish pennant sitting with a very pretty target of just above $108,100, but you can also see the pullback on the 4 hour chart in real time. And zooming out a little further, we'll check out the daily chart. And then we'll go to the weekly. And you can see yesterday, big pullback, red candle. And again, we're printing a red candle for today. We'll see how we close by the end of the day. The day's still young here. And zooming out from the daily, we'll take a quick look at the weekly. We still have the sexy cup and handle target, even with the corrective candle in play. And that's still sitting at 124,000. Overall, very bullish. Last 3 weeks, we had green Godzilla weekly closes. And zooming out from the weekly, take a quick glance of the monthly. And let's not get it twisted, still a massive Moonvember Godzilla candle, and we still have a few days left here in November. So there you have it before entering the Dragon, December 2024. So there you go, yo. Let me know your thoughts, where you feel we're likely to correct down to. Do you think the bottom is in? We'll start ascending. Do you think we're likely to retest 90? Do you think 90 will break? We'll continue lower? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read them out loud. Here we go. Next headline, Bitcoin nears 1 million daily active addresses as the price chases 100K. That's right. Bitcoin's approaching 1 million daily active users for the first time since 2019, reflecting growing adoption thus far this year, 2024. Analysts say this increase may help push the Bitcoin price beyond the 6-figure mark. A blockchain analytics platform Into the Block noted that the Bitcoin on-chain activity has seen its most significant growth since 2021, nearing 1 million daily active addresses, showing a shift towards broader retail adoption. Quoting Andy Leon, blockchain expert, this could be a positive sign for the market, as it may lead to more stable price movement. Retail investors tend to behave differently than the whales, who can use significant price swings with their large trades. Leanne added that the growing number of the active addresses indicates a healthier, more robust network, which bodes well for the long term. Bitcoin hodlers, shout out all my diamond hands, laser eyes, where you at? The growing network activity is promising sign for the Bitcoin battle towards the historic six-figure mark, which it came within $200 of November 22nd. Yeah, it's like $110 roughly from Coinbase, so we were so close 4 days ago. Bitcoin saw a 6% correction to 92, and now we're 91, about to retest 90 in my opinion, mainly driven by the large-scale selling from the long-term hodlers, not outflows from the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs, according to Eric Balchunas. But despite the price dippy dip, the increase in active addresses remains a bullish indicator. Still, most new investors have yet to engage in significant buy-in or sell-in. Quoting another analyst here, trading volume has remained relatively stable despite the increase in active addresses, suggesting the on-chain activity hasn't yet translated into significant buying or selling pressure. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin total trading volume across all the exchanges stood at a daily average at 817 million as of today, November 26th, compared to over 1.5 billion November 14th, when the Bitcoin price dipped or breached 90,500. Still, investors should consider the potential of a wider market correction, according to Ryan Lee, analyst at BitGet, who shared the market may be correcting. And investors' profit-taking behavior may also be one of the reasons for the price drop. In addition, long leveraged positions above 3.4 billion face liquidation risks, which may further exacerbate the price volatility. Now, the resurgence of the Bitcoin active users may contribute to the Bitcoin rally to the 100,000 record high, which could potentially occur before the end of November. What are your thoughts on that, family? And quoting into the block, 458,000 addresses have amassed a staggering 344,000 BTC, a strong foundation to fuel a move beyond 100K. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin price and network activity seeing significant growth since the Trump victory of the U.S. presidential election November 5th. We have Isaac Joshua, CEO of Gems Blockchain, who shared, if this momentum continues, Bitcoin could be on track for 100 Gs. Thank you, Captain Obvious. However, it will require significant inflows, around 500 billion more into the market. This is achievable given the current daily trading volumes and growing adoption of the BIDI as a hedge against the inflation, as well as the weakening dollar. The growing on-chain activity comes a week after the Bitcoin ETFs logged 2.4 billion worth of the inflows in their fourth best week of investments, while economic concerns led to 2 billion worth of outflows for the China ETFs, marking the worst week of outflows in history. So there you go, yo. What are your thoughts on all that? Holla at your boy. I read them out loud. Breaking news, too. Good news. Morocco's central bank to legalize all crypto. Let's go, Morocco. That's right. Morocco reportedly plans to legalize all crypto after the country banned digital assets in 2017. That's right. According to Reuters, Morocco's central bank, Bank Al Maghrib, it sounds like a McRib. It's seasonal, family, the McRib, so don't get it twisted. They prepared a draw law, the crypto regulation, which is currently being reviewed. The plan was revealed by Abdel, the governor of the Moroccan central bank, who told Reuters that the central bank has prepared a draft law regulating crypto assets, which is currently in the adoption process. Morocco imposed a countrywide ban on Bitcoin. What idiots. And other crypto transactions back in November of 2017, which proved partially unsuccessful. You can say that again, as a significant percentage of the country holds digital assets. What does that tell you? You can't ban crypto like Bitcoin. You could do that, but none of your citizens respect you as a government, or will they follow your rules, because it's a bunch of bullshit. So give the people what they want, family. Anyways, the report comes during the uptick of interest in the BIDI a week after we hit 100 Gs. On the cusp of, right, 99.9. November 22nd, Bitcoin came very close, as we witnessed. Morocco's central bank is also exploring the potential central bank digital currency. Just say no to CBDCs. That's the evil, family. Regarding central bank digital currencies, and like many countries around the world, we're exploring to what extent this new form of currency could contribute to achieving certain public policy objectives, like slavery, enslavement of the human race, particularly in terms of financial inclusion. Now, CBDCs are issued on permission blockchain networks, usually controlled by the lizard folk, by a centralized financial institution, as opposed to decentralized public blockchain networks like Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin. You shouldn't even throw Ethereum in that sentence there, Cointelegraph, but I digress. Morocco's growing interest in crypto comes during a global rise in interest in developing digital asset regulations. For example, November 22nd today, the UK's top financial authority, the Financial Conduct Authority, shared a new roadmap to regulate crypto by 2026 after revealing over 12% of the UK adults now hold crypto. Well, guess what? That's how many UK adults admit to holding crypto. I double those numbers, suckers. Europe has played a significant role in inspiring other countries to develop digital. I don't give. I'm sorry, I don't give them that much credit, but whatever. The EU is preparing for the implementation of the world's first comprehensive regulatory framework. Why? They probably want to roll out CBDCs or something. I trust no government. That's all I'm saying. But I digress, family. What are your thoughts? Let's discuss Rumble. Their CEO the other day said, "Should we buy Bitcoin? Hell yeah." And then Saylor responded immediately. This headline reads, "Rumble to spend up to $20 million on Bitcoin in a new treasury strategy. All smart companies will adopt Bitcoin." That's what we're witnessing in real time as the game theory continues. YouTube's alternative, Rumble, which we're live on right now, has become the latest company to confirm their plans to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet days after the CEO teased the idea on social media. That's right. November's 25th statement, the video sharing platform said its board of directors approved the strategy. That's right. Nipsey's on the board of directors. He approved it, allocating a portion of the company's excess cash reserves to Bitcoin at the discretion of the company and up to 20 million in total. My only question, why such rookie numbers? Chris, why? Rumble's chairman, CEO Chris, teased the idea adding Bitcoin to the Rumble balance sheet November 19th on a poll. And out of 43,000 votes, 93.9% of respondents voted yes to the proposal, including Nipsey, the new chairman of the SEC. And according to Rumble, the date for the first Bitcoin purchase will be determined by management in the discussion and will depend on several factors, such as the wider crypto market conditions, price of Bitcoin, and cash needs of the platform. And here was the official announcement. Kudos to Chris. I think that's fantastic, and I think a lot more companies will likely do the same. Quoting him here, "We believe that the world is still in the early stages of the adoption of Bitcoin, which has recently accelerated with the election of the crypto-friendly U.S. presidential administration and increased institutional adoption. Unlike any government-issued currency, Bitcoin is not subject to dilution through endless money printing." Preach! Enabling it to be a valuable inflation hedge and an excellent addition to our treasury. It don't get no more excellent. Rumble said the allocation strategy could be suspended, discontinued, or modified at any time for any reason. It's going up forever, Laura. However, the company also stressed the move emphasizes the belief in Bitcoin as a valuable tool for strategic planning and is designed to accelerate the company's expansion into crypto. So Rumble is expanding into crypto. So Chris, CEO of Rumble, if you're watching this, I stream every frickin' day, 7 days a week on your platform. Please feature crypto news alerts on your homepage. Please help me get more followers. We got less than 4,000 followers. I stream every day. I give you my heart and soul. We need more love on the Rumble. That's why I'm forced to continue to stream on YouTube, because that's where everyone is. And on X, of course, but I digress. During the same trading session of the announcement, Rumble shares spiked 12% to $7.31, according to Google Finance. And in the after-hours trading, the stock continued to climb another 5% to now $7.71. So smart move there, yo. Rumble joins the growing list of other firms that have taken the plunge and added Bitcoin to the balance sheet for the last year. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy is at the top of the list, now with 331,200 Bitcoin. I think they just made another massive $5 billion buy the other day, which we shared live on stream. We also have Marathon Digital and many other publicly traded companies, Semler Scientific. We also have that company out of Japan. So it's looking pretty amazing. And we have a new AI firm. Is it Genius Group? They also just adopted Bitcoin, purchasing 110 as the adoption and game theory continues. We discussed Morocco. We discussed Rumble. Now let's discuss the ETF outflows, probably why the market's been dumping as there's some hodlers taking profit, shorting the market right now. But nonetheless, then we'll dive into a very bullish Pantera Capital $745,000 prediction, brand new, never shared before, and we'll go from there. So yeah, spot Bitcoin ETF see 438 million worth of outflows. This is the largest since the election, and most likely why we're seeing the correction. The sharp reversal follows strong inflows earlier in November, including record-breaking 1 billion in daily net inflows November 21st, according to SoSo Value. However, the latest stats point to a shift in the market sentiment. A Peter shift. I smell it. The crypto tracking platform reveals the spot Bitcoin ETFs maintained a net inflow of $30 billion as of November 25th, driven by the institutional interest and as a gateway for the institutional and retail investment into the cryptos like the Biddy. The outflows of the inflows of the ETFs, particularly the spot Bitcoin ETFs, affect both liquidity and stability of the Bitcoin and broader crypto markets. The 438 million outflow signaled a stark shift from the positive momentum following the Trump re-election, which sparked optimism in the crypto industry. That's right. And check it. After the election results, the Bitcoin price surged to a new high, now of roughly $99,900 4 days ago in light of the sharp outflows November 25th, and is now falling to roughly $91,000, losing roughly 7% as profit taking occurs. Anyone here take out profit, or are you guys all in the HODL gang? Let me know. The total net assets under management for the Bitcoin ETFs have fallen to around $102 billion from its height of $107 billion captured November 22nd. And despite the pullback and resulting plunge towards 92 Gs, the share of the Bitcoin held by the ETFs remains fairly significant, with institutions accounting for 5% of the crypto market's capitalization. And on the week of November 18th to the 22nd, US-based spot Bitcoin ETFs witnessed net inflows of $3.3 billion. Not too shabby, settling 102% increase over the previous week's net inflows of $1.6 billion. The record high marks the biggest weekly net inflow amount for the spot Bitcoin ETFs, marking the 7th consecutive week of the positive flows, where the inflows exceed the outflows. But despite the volatile turn as of November 25th, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust continues to lead with net assets of $47 billion, with cumulative net inflow of $31 billion, which is really mind-boggling if you put it in perspective compared to the gold ETF, which has been around for 19 frickin' years. Bitcoin has achieved a higher trading volume in literally 11 months since going live earlier this year, Jan 11th, than it took the gold ETF 19 years, almost 2 decades, to achieve. Now for our feature story of the day. Pantera Capital CEO and billionaire Dan Morehead predicts Bitcoin to reach $745,000 per coin with Trump in office as your POTUS. That's right, family. This is actually just trending today. Let's start right where I saw it here this morning. Billionaire and Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead, one of the most gangster names any broski can have. Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head. That's a punchline from Big L. Well, his name is Dan Morehead. It doesn't get cooler when it comes to the brownie points. Must have been the most popular kid in school is all I gotta say, broskies. But I digress. He says Bitcoin's going to $745,000 per coin. I actually watched the interview, and let me tell you, he says Bitcoin has already reached escape velocity, as it says in the bottom of the video there, because it has. He says, I don't believe it'll go to zero. And the interviewer said, well, previously you said it could go to zero. And he's like, well, I was just being conservative. Here's the truth, brother. Bitcoin has already achieved escape velocity and is on the fast track to 745,000 per coin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the man of the hour, Dan Morehead, the one and only. So yeah, and you got to check this out too, guys. In 2013, Bitcoin was crashing. I just love to share receipts and give credit where credit is due. When Bitcoin was crashing to $65, let this sink in, 11 years ago in 2013, Dan Morehead, the broski's OG of all OGs, wrote this email to his investment partners urging them to buy aggressively now. Here's the receipt. They would buy 2% of the total Bitcoin supply, which is now returned 1,300+% returns. Ballin'. I'm going to read it to you. Dated July 5th, 2013. Subject: very timely. We should buy Bitcoin now at $65. Again, just giving credit where credit is due. And the email says, the forecast Bitcoin washout happened very quickly. Bitcoins are now trading at $65 per Bitcoin, exactly half the price that we're trading at our first meeting, May 28th. I think we should buy aggressively now. Brief thoughts. The market cap of all the Bitcoin ever created, and probably 10 to 15% have been lost or destroyed, is now 740 million. On May 28, 20 million would buy 156,000 Bitcoin. Now it will buy only 380 28,000. The price is going way up. It is going to squeeze up like a watermelon seed. I repeat, it's going to squeeze up like a watermelon seed. I've never heard that analogy. I'm digging it. I am going to buy 30,000 Bitcoins this weekend with my personal money. What a G. The fund can have this purchase or not, as others wish. I just want to get involved. And again, credit to the OG here, Dan Moorhead. And let's dive a little deeper into this headline of this story, family. Here we go. Pantera Capital's Bitcoin fund has returned remarkable profits. You can say that again. Launched back in 2013. I just shared the receipts. Pantera's Bitcoin fund was amongst the first investment vehicles in the U.S. to offer exposure to Bitcoin. At this time, Bitcoin was priced at $74. So they even beat Cathie Wood's company, ARK Invest. I believe they got involved when Bitcoin was like $300-$400. So respect. The firm capitalized on and acquired 2% of the global Bitcoin supply. Such G's. And then Bitcoin just reached, we know, 4 days ago, 99.9, new all-time high, which means Pantera's return on their initial 2013 investment is currently worth over 1,000%. Now, I don't think they understand math. Correct me if I'm wrong, broskies, but if they bought Bitcoin for $74, that's way beyond 1,000% return. Correct me if I'm wrong. It must be 10,000. They must be forgetting a zero. And I'm just doing the math in my head right now, but 1,000% only means 10x. Clearly, 74 times 10 is 700. So I think they mean 100,000% return. Sounds more accurate to me. Being crypto, so I don't know what's up with the publisher here, but I'm just calling it as I see it. Someone run the math for me. Quoting them here. Bitcoin dominates cash, electronic fiat gold, bearer bonds, large stone discs. It can do all the things that each of those can. It is the first global currency since gold. It is the first borderless payment system ever. And that's according to Pantera's Dan Moorhead, in which he shared. Pantera previously projected the Bitcoin price to reach 117,000 by 2025. Meanwhile, Pantera has been exploring new crypto avenues outside of Bitcoin. The firm's new venture, Pantera Fund V, aims to diversify its portfolio with investments in blockchain assets. The fund has been looking at private tokens and opportunities, such as locked Solana tokens from the FTX estate, which is interesting, as well as raising funds to expand on holding Toncoin, which I believe is the official coin for the Telegram app when they went public or whatever. But despite reaching record highs in Moonvember, the Bitcoin price has more recently dipped, as we know. Bitcoin ETFs seen fluctuating in demand. November 25th, the ETFs recorded a net outflow, as we covered earlier, of 438 million after 5 consecutive days of inflows totaling $3.5 billion. But again, what I want to know, family, his brand new prediction of 745,000 and going on the news to share that, saying Bitcoin has reached the escape velocity, and he even gives a time preference by 2028. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Pantera Capital CEO, and I'll read your comments out loud and welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream.